Hello, hello, this is Michelle Powell, and I am coming to you from Professional Manner. Tonight we are talking about the 7 secrets to being more attractive. And spoiler alert, no, it's not about makeup. I'm in no way, shape, or form a makeup artist. Welcome to all of you who are watching this on the replay. For some reason, this looks strange, like my head is small and the rest of me is very large. I don't know what's going on here. Again, our subject for today or this evening is 7 secrets to being more attractive. And let me just tell you where I'm coming from. Again, the spoiler alert is that it's not about makeup. However, if you're watching and you are a makeup artist, please give a shout out. Let me know that you exist. And also, this will be a quick promo for you. So give us your tag where we can find you on social media, and we will check you out. So we're talking today an extension of our session yesterday, which was on professional image management. And we talked about getting dressed for work. Some questions you should ask yourself about what you should and should not wear to work. So today, to add to that discussion about professional image, we're going to talk about secrets to being more attractive and why that's important in business. You would think that maybe they should be kept separate, but let me explain to you, bear with me, let me explain to you what I mean by that. If you're just joining, again, this is Michelle Powell with Professional Manner. Professional Manner provides training programs and consultancy in business etiquette. And that covers all sorts of things, from your personal presentation and overall professional image to understanding business formalities and company culture, protocols for the workplace and business in general, some etiquette for business travel, business dining, etc. Etiquette applied to business. Just think about that. The do's and don'ts of how to manage your affairs, how to carry out your duties, how to develop relationships well, how to communicate with diplomacy. All of that is covered under my umbrella. Hi, Kenyatta. Covered under my umbrella of business etiquette. So that's what Professional Manner does. We provide training for distinction in business. That's our tagline. Okay, so again, our subject this evening is 7 secrets to being more attractive. So I'm going to give you a chance to come in to the broadcast, and as you are, please share this with anyone that you think may be interested in this as well. And the way that you do that is on an Android, you swipe up, and iOS, you swipe left to right, and you click share. Thank you, Kenyatta, for sharing that. So we're going to dig into our topic one piece at a time. If you'd like to take notes, you're welcome to do that. I'm going to expound on each one of those 7 points. Something else that we did last night was we took a quiz together, and that was a lot of fun. Let me know, for those of you who were listening in last night or even on the replay, if you were interested in the etiquette quizzes. If you would like to have that to continue, please let me know, and I will develop those for each of our sessions to go along with our topics. So for tonight, what I'm going to do is just, well, I say tonight, I'm in the Washington, D.C. area, and so it is evening time here. What I'm going to do for today, as far as the quiz, is to recap from yesterday, and I'm going to pull out just a few things, just so you get an idea of what business etiquette really is. It kind of encompasses several things. Hi, Civility says, I like that. Very cool. Can I have a first name as well? That's very cool. I want to follow you. Make sure that I have your information. So just put your @ on there. Very cool. Hi, Karen. Great. Awesome. Yes. Okay, I am following you. Actually, I think I am already. If not, I'll make sure I do. Thanks for joining in. So we're talking tonight about 7 secrets to becoming or to being more attractive. I'm an etiquette coach in, okay, great, Connecticut. Awesome. Thanks for joining in, and please add to the discussion. You're welcome to do so. And Kenyatta says, hey, Karen. I love how Periscope just builds a community. I'm very new to it. I'm going to stop counting after a while, but this is my 4th broadcast. So I'm getting used to all the particulars, and I'm going to fix this camera because it's looking really weird. I feel like I'm in a fun house or something. But anyway, so our topic for tonight, if you'd like to share, again, you swipe up on Android, swipe left to right on iOS, click the share button, and if you're not following already and you like the subject of business etiquette, then please follow. My handle is @ProManner. That's on Periscope and Twitter. And then on Facebook, I'm Professional Manner. And you can find me in other social media arenas as Professional Manner. Okay, so I'm going to recap some of the questions that we had last night. We'll start a discussion there. And what I'd like for you to do is to answer these questions. They're very simple, true or false. So the first one, number 1. So what you'll do is you'll say 1 dash true or false to give your answer. And I'm just going to share just a couple of them from last night, and then I'll get into the 7 secrets. Okay. And if you like the quiz, again, please show hearts and give me feedback and let me know yes to quizzes so that I can continue to add those in our broadcasts. Okay, so number 1, true or false? Negative body language includes crossing your arms, tightening your lips, looking away from the speaker, pointing, or covering part of your face. Would you say that's true or false? So again, this is question number 1. So you put 1 dash true or false. Let's see, are we getting any answers? Okay, true. Very good. Karen says true. And thanks for the hearts. If you like the quizzes and you want them to continue, please give hearts. That lets me know that this is good content, that you like that. Very good. The answer is true. Okay, so let's move on to number 2. Number 2, true or false? Undershirts should always be worn with white or light colored dress shirts. Gentlemen, I'm speaking to you. Number 2, true or false? Undershirts should always be worn with white or light colored dress shirts. True or false? Let's see. I have this in a stand, so if it looks funny like I'm looking down, it's because I'm trying to see the comments as they're going up at the bottom. Okay, so the answer to number 2 is true. You should always wear undershirts under your white or light colored dress shirts. Why? Because it makes the shirt look more crisp. It's a sharper look for you to have the undershirt underneath. Not only that, but it saves your dry cleaning bill because you don't have to dry clean as often because the undershirt absorbs the sweat. So you don't have those rings under the arms and that sort of thing. So it's very practical, and it's also a nicer look. Okay. Number 3, true or false? What you wear is your own business and is only a reflection of you personally. Just use good judgment at work. Is that true or false? That the way you dress is just, it's all about you. Is that true or false? And we're talking about business etiquette. So we're talking about in a professional environment in the workplace. So would your answer be true or false to that? See, there's some delay. And also, this happened earlier. I was watching. False. Thank you. That's correct. The answer is false. Very good. Okay, very good. If the screen freezes for you, please let me know so that you don't miss any content. I will repeat for anyone that happens to you. Okay, I'm going to do one more, and then we're going to get into our 7 secrets for becoming or being more attractive. If you think that this would be of interest to anyone who's in your circle, then please click the share button. And you can send that to someone specifically or to your entire network on Twitter so that they can tune in with us. They haven't missed anything yet. We're just doing a review of the quiz. All right, from last night. So I'm going to do one more. Okay, this one had a lot of discussion on it, so I'm going to do this one. The next one is, and actually I skipped down, so this is number 8 from the original quiz. Wearing casual clothes can lead to slowed productivity. Is that true or false? Does that have anything to do with your productivity, what you wear? Wearing casual clothes can lead to slowed productivity. Is that true or false? This is very interesting information that I found. I'm always reading surveys, and I love to capture content. Very good. I see a good answer. I see the right answer. The answer is true. Yes, it does impact productivity. Why? Because, and I've found this, and the language is different from different surveys from one to another, but basically the idea is that when you dress casually, your behavior becomes more casual, you're more laid back, and when you're more laid back, you're less productive. It has been a proven point. So this is why it's important to dress yourself appropriately for the workplace. And what does appropriate mean? Well, a couple of things. First of all, that you're following the appropriate or the written or prescribed dress code for your workplace. If there isn't one, dress for the job you want, not the job you have. Absolutely, Karen, that is correct. Dress for the job you want, not the job you have. And let me tell you a quick story about that. I've been in business for about 13 years, and before I started this business full-time, I was working part-time through temporary employment. And one of the things that I liked to do, because I was still under development for a professional manner, was that I liked to use each assignment as a case study. And so I would observe different behavior, different dress, different things that were going on with company culture. And one of the things that I did as an experiment was to dress differently, to see what kind of reactions I got. And I will tell you this, when I dress, because what Karen is saying is absolutely true, dress for the job that you want. I dressed in a business suit every day for a particular job. And it was funny the reactions that I got. I was a new face. Clearly I was a new face around the office. And because I dressed that way, some people were wondering, was I new in management there? And in fact, I had someone who rode the elevator with me who turned out to be one of the executive vice presidents, who struck a conversation with me and was very curious about, well, who is this person? And, you know, I'm dressing professionally like I should be going in the C-suite, as we call it. And it was very interesting because the very next week, I think I'd been there 2 weeks, the third week, I came in and I dressed a little bit down, still appropriate, business casual, and I got on the elevator with a couple other people who I knew for sure were from the C-suite, but they had never seen me. I just heard the names and I had picked up on who people were, and I was completely ignored. Isn't that odd? Well, there are a lot of things that speaks to that situation, but the fact that I did not seem to be a peer with them, be one of their peers, they felt like, okay, well, she's invisible in the elevator to us. But the other time when the executive VP stepped on and saw me looking like I should be following him up to the 10th floor, we got into conversation. So anyway, that's a sidebar. And yes, that is very true, Karen. Okay, so let's dig in. So we're going to talk about the 7 secrets to being more attractive. This is not hard. Anyone and everyone can do this. You can fix yourself with this. Okay, I'm not talking about going out and getting a makeover. No, I can't give you tips on how to do your hair. In fact, mine's probably a little bit of a mess right now. I can't tell you about makeup, and gentlemen, you don't care about either of those two. So let's get into this. Number 1, the first secret to being more attractive is simply pay attention to detail. What do I mean by that? I'm talking about in your personal presentation. Let's go back to your physical look. When you're talking about details, what I mean is paying attention to the fine-tuning of your dress, your grooming. Are your nails neatly trimmed? Is your polish, ladies, chipping, or is it nicely prepared and presentable? Grooming, gentlemen, have you clipped those extra hairs that go wild in your mustache, or the nose hairs, or the ear hair, and all those extra things that can become distracting when someone's talking to you? So grooming, fine-tuning your look through your grooming is very important. Those are one of the details that I'm talking about. Also, details has to do with your body language. Paying attention to your body language and someone else's when you're interacting, because part of our message, or actually a large part, the largest part of our message, is your body language. So if you're showing negative body language, and that's why I asked you that question, the true and false quiz about negative body language, is because anything negative is less attractive. Should make sense. So positive body language is another detail to pay attention to. Also with your grooming, something else that it says about you, because we're constantly making impressions on other people, and first impressions are lasting impressions. We all know that. It's sort of a cliche, but it's still true. So the point about that is, in grooming, when you don't pay attention to detail, you come off looking sloppy or disheveled. You're not groomed very well. That says to people, when you don't pay attention to detail, for some reason they connect that with being less intelligent or less competent. Because if you are presenting yourself as a professional, you should be paying attention to details, not just with yourself, but with your work. And for some reason, what's called the halo effect, when people don't pay attention to details in one area, then the rest of us make judgments on that and believe that you won't pay attention in other areas. So it's very important. Money Don't Sleep. Ooh, I like that name. Thanks for joining. And can I have a first name so I can get to know you if you're going to hang around? And I hope that you will. If you haven't already, and this is for everyone, if you haven't clicked on follow yet, please swipe up. If you're on Android, David, thanks. And that is so cool. I'm going to follow you. Awesome. Money Don't Sleep. That's right. Passive income is where it's about. I hope that's what you're talking about, at least in part. Anyway, to please follow Professional Manner. I am at Pro Manner, and right now on this broadcast you can swipe up on Android or swipe left to right on iOS. You can click the follow button and also click share if you think this is something that would be of interest to those in your community. So we're talking about the 7 secrets to being more attractive. The first one I just gave is about paying attention to detail. Awesome. Thank you, David. Money Don't Sleep. That is so cool. I'm enjoying that. Okay, number 2, and thanks for the hearts. Please keep the hearts coming. I appreciate that too. I have to give a disclaimer in case you're hearing that. It is evening time. I'm working from home and something is bothering the dog. Please forgive the noise. Okay, number 2. I'm sorry, that's a little distracting to me. I hope that's not as loud to you as it is to me. Hopefully one of my kids is going to go grab him and find out what's going on. All right, live broadcasts in my house. Okay, number 2, 7 secrets to being more attractive. Number 2, ladies, this is especially for you, but gentlemen, for you as well. Wear the size you are, not the size you want to be. Let me say that again. Wear the size you are, not the size you want to be. I hope that makes sense to you. Ladies, we like to jump into a size 8 when really we are a size 10 or 12. And what that does is it makes you look stuffed and tight. And your clothes are tight and you feel uncomfortable. And when you feel uncomfortable, you make grumpy faces. And you do things to make adjustment for that discomfort. For example, and I gave this example last night, we were talking about this. For example, if your shoes are too tight, and same in reverse. Yes. Don't wear baggy clothes. That's not attractive. Wear clothes that fit your body shape and style. One thing that I will tell you is, it's not my area of expertise. I'm not an image consultant per se. Okay, I'm talking about general guidelines for a professional look. So someone who is a professional image consultant will tell you the best colors and the best cuts and things for your body shape and all of that. I'm not going to get into that. I'm giving the basics. And what I'm saying here is wear clothes that fit. My example last night, and this is also about footwear. I talked about ladies wearing shoes that are too tight. We've all done it. I know it's attractive for about 45 minutes and then you want to take them off and hit someone with those shoes because they hurt. So in the workplace, if you're wearing shoes that are too tight, you're going to want to take them off. And then your feet are throbbing and you can't wait to sit behind that desk and massage those feet and oh, it's killing me. And when someone says, I need to meet with you, you're thinking, oh gosh, I've got to put those shoes on. I really don't want to do that. let's just have a telephone conference. And you start making adjustments, and that creates other faux pas, because really that meeting should be face to face, or you don't go and make the photocopies that you need to make. Oh, I'll wait till later. It changes the things that you do in the course of your day when you're uncomfortable. Trust me, I know that you've probably been there once or twice. So do yourself a favor and wear the clothes that fit. Okay? So if you are just joining, we are talking about the 7 secrets to being more attractive. I am Professional Manner, and I am Michelle Powell with Professional Manner. Yes, I am Professional Manner. One and the same. And what we're talking about is how to be more attractive. This is appropriate for the workplace. Okay, so that's my soapbox, is how to have etiquette in the workplace. So number 3, and these should all make sense. Something else I want to say before I get into number 3 is that a lot of times etiquette includes things that should be common sense, but sometimes they're not. And so when it's said out loud and you think, oh, yeah, I knew that, but were you actually thinking about it? For example, when I was talking about paying attention to details, how many times have you really checked yourself on your grooming habits? We get comfortable once we've got that job and everyone's used to looking at us, and we kind of slack off in things. Your grooming is really the final touches or finishing touches to your overall look. So that's one example. So let me jump ahead. Number 3, another way to be more attractive is practicing good hygiene. Now, this may seem like an obvious one, and that's why I made that statement beforehand. Practicing good hygiene means that if you need to brush your teeth after you had spicy food for lunch, or if you went to the gym on your lunch break and did not have enough time to shower, you should at least have enough time to spray something. Now, caution with that. Too much fragrance can also have a negative impact. There are people in your work environment who have allergies to certain scents. So you don't want to cover one odor with another and then drive people crazy. In fact, some folks get headaches from it. So I would suggest the best thing to do if you're going to go to the gym on your lunch break is give yourself enough time. If you have to cut that routine in half to take a shower, please do. And then you don't have to use any additional fragrance. As long as you are freshly showered in the morning or midday, if you've done something to work up a sweat, then you don't need additional fragrance. Okay, but good hygiene is taking care of your breath, taking care of other body odors, taking care of all those things that could cause you to feel discomfort if you're called into a meeting and you know that something is not quite right. Because again, when you're conscious of those things, you become self-conscious with those things, and it changes your body language, it changes your level of participation, and that sort of thing. So practice good hygiene. Those around you will appreciate that. Okay, number 4. Number 4, 7 secrets to being more attractive. Number 4 is to stand tall and use good posture. This is a very simple thing, but a lot of people forget this. We have poor posture, and that makes you less attractive. Think about someone in your mind right now who you think is attractive. Why do you think they're attractive? Think about someone that you see on television or someone that you know personally. Think about their posture. Does that have something to do with not just the face, but their overall look? Something about that signals confidence. When you stand tall, when you sit properly, it's more attractive. If you're enjoying this content, then please show me with the hearts. I'd appreciate that. Otherwise, I'm going to change to something else. I don't know. Money don't sleep. You have any ideas? All right, let's keep going. Number 5, I would say to smile more. Do you know people who very rarely smile? They always have some kind of frown on their face, some kind of grimace, and it makes them seem, or actually be, unapproachable. So smiling more, it is contagious. When you smile, other people who are watching you will smile. It's something that's natural that we all do. So I would say that being more attractive, smiling more would add to that. Okay, so that's number 5. Number 6. Now this one's not all about you. It's about other people. And it is to listen well and to show genuine interest in other people. What do you think about that? Give me some feedback on these tips so far. We've gone through 1 through 5. The last one I just gave you is to listen well. That was number 6. So we're wrapping up. So let me know. Let me know if this is helping you. If it's helping you, tap the screen for hearts. And you can do this in the replay as well. And I'll be able to go back and look at that feedback. I appreciate that. You can either tap hearts to show me, yes, this is helpful, or you can give me feedback. You can say yes, no, or anything else you'd like to say about it. Okay. If you're just joining, I'm going to recap before I get to the last one. I am Michelle Powell with Professional Manner, and we are talking about 7 secrets to being more attractive. What Professional Manner does is provide etiquette training specifically for business. That is to help you improve your business relationships, your professional image, to understand etiquette and protocol for the workplace. And so tonight we are talking about how to be more attractive. The first 6 that I've given already is 1, to pay attention to details, and that includes your grooming. Number 2 is to wear your size. Ladies and gentlemen, wear the size you are, not the size you want to be, or trying to hide the fact that maybe you're smaller than you want to be and wearing clothes that are too baggy. Number 3 is to practice good hygiene. That makes you more attractive. Number 4 is to stand tall, to stand straight, have proper good posture. Same thing when you're sitting. Number 5 was to smile more. That makes anyone more attractive when you smile. Okay, and we finished off with number 6, which is to listen well. When you're engaged in conversation with other people, there are a lot of pet peeves that come out of that interaction. I have actually a list of 25 annoying conversation habits, and if you're interested in that, please let me know. Send a message to me at ProManner on Twitter or on Facebook. Professional Manner on Facebook, and let me know that you're interested in that list, the 25 annoying conversation habits. But one of them is to be distracted. When you're not paying attention to the person who's in front of you, that can be very annoying, and that makes you less attractive because you're not engaging that other person, and people are drawn to, or they're attracted to people who are attracted to them. So you show interest in other people, they will show interest in you. And even if you don't say more than, that's interesting, oh really, tell me more, in that conversation, they will go away with such excitement and a great feeling. Wow, I really liked Michelle. She's a great person. I barely said anything, but I listened well. I was attentive and I showed interest. That makes you more attractive to them. And number 7, don't take yourself too seriously. Sometimes we're trying so hard to maintain a professional image, and this is something that I had to learn over the years because I'm trying to get everyone to understand, oh, I really mean this, and I'm serious, and take this seriously, because I strongly believe that mistakes in etiquette can cost you business. In fact, I've used that as a slogan for a long time. Mistakes in etiquette can cost you business. So I was going out there and I was pounding my fist, not literally, but trying to get people to understand that etiquette is really important. Don't miss this point, because without it, you can ruin relationships. You can lose sales. You can lose business opportunities. So in saying all of that, you also have to know that sometimes you're going to make mistakes. And sometimes you're going to embarrass yourself. So it's important for you not to take yourself so seriously that you can't laugh at things, that you can't come back and say, hey, that was really stupid what I just said, or what I did, or I didn't quite get that right. So if you show your humanness and your vulnerability at times, that makes you more attractive because it makes you more human. So that tip is especially for those of you who are in leadership. If you are an entrepreneur, if you are someone in top management, you're in a position of leadership. It's important for you to learn not to take yourself too seriously, because when you do, you're uptight, and that comes across in your body language, and that's just not attractive. So I hope these tips have been helpful to you. If they have, then please tap the screen for hearts. Swipe the screen to follow for additional tips that I'll be coming with later this week and ongoing. As I said before, this is only number 4 of my Skypes, or scopes, I should say. See, tells you I'm new. And I'm going to continue doing this. Let me just review for you the 7 tips in case you've just joined or you're clicking on the share button. I'll go through those, and then I'll also tell you how to stay in touch with me so that you can get tips when I'm not broadcasting live. Again, those 7 tips to being more attractive. The first one is to pay attention to details. Details in your work, details in your grooming and your personal presentation overall. Number 2, wear your size. Wear the size that you actually are. That is most attractive for you, for you. Number 3 is to practice good hygiene. Number 4 is to practice good posture, standing tall, sitting tall. Number 5 is to smile more. That makes you more attractive and engaging. Number 6 is to listen well and to other people when you're engaged in conversation, whether it's in person. Let me say this too, whether it's in person or over the phone, because I can tell when you're distracted over the phone. So listen well. And number 7 is to not take yourself too seriously. I hope this has been helpful to you. If you like it, please follow me. I'm at Pro Manner on both Periscope and on Twitter. On Facebook, you can find me at Professional Manner. I'm also on Pinterest and LinkedIn. There you can find me under my name, Michelle Powell. Okay? Hopefully this has been helpful to you, and you will share with others. And I will be back tomorrow with some additional tips. We're going to finish with professional image this week. And then on Friday, which will be our usual Friday sessions, we're going to talk about STDs at work. If you haven't heard from me already, it's not what you think. So if you'd like to find out, get a hint of what that is, I put something on Facebook so you can see what that's all about. STDs at work. Those sessions will be on Fridays. Until tomorrow, have a good evening. Thanks. Bye-bye.